Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today I am over here at Disney Springs and we're going to be starting a new series. So I'm going to be going park to park, going land by land, section by section, giving you a full guided tour of that area. Disney Springs isn't considered a park, but it is a big part of Disney World, and a lot of people, first timers, people who haven't been over here to Disney World, or just people who do come to Disney World but have never been over here to Disney Springs, they don't really know what's over here. So I'm going to be starting off this series over here at Disney Springs. I'm actually going to be explaining the west side today. The west side is the entertainment district portion. And then of course we will be exploring the other sections of Disney Springs in later videos, as well as the other parks. So over here on the west side portion of Disney Springs, we're gonna be closest to the surface parking, which is back over here. It's a little bit of a walk from the other garages like the orange and the lime garage. But over here, if you want to see Cirque De Soleil, this is where you are going to want to come to, the west side. Right now, the show that is being shown for Cirque Du Soleil is Drawn to Life. The new show actually just debuted not too long ago, and maybe you aren't going to be able to see the show, but you want to check out the store. There actually is the Cirque Du Soleil store that you can go into and buy some cool merchandise. And this building is the furthest building down on the west side of Disney Springs. So when we turn around, we're actually going to be going down to the west, to the rest of the west side. To our left is actually going to be the House of Blues restaurant, famous House of Blues. They have these in many different cities. They actually do a lot of concerts over here as well. This is the main restaurant on this side, and then they do have a quick service option right here in this little stand where they sell barbecue. I believe that's called the Smokehouse. And then just on the opposite side of the Smokehouse, that's where people enter in for the concerts. And then to the right of the House of Blues restaurant, we have pretty much the sports bar for Disney Springs. This is where you're going to want to go to if you want to catch a game or anything like that. This is called the CityWorks Eatery and Pour House. This is also going to be your best bet for if you want to get any beer. If you're a beer fan, they have tons and tons of beer over here. I definitely recommend CityWorks. It's a really fun atmosphere, especially when games are on, and they also do have some really good food over here. And as we keep walking by, we see that concert hall for the House of Blues. That's the concert hall right there. And then to the right of that, this is going to be the box office where you can purchase your tickets for the concerts, as well as the House of Blues store. So if you need any gifts, souvenirs from the House of Blues, this is where you'll do it. To the right over here, this is the old section for the NBA experience and the NBA store. Now, of course, those are closed right now, and as of the recording of this video, nothing is planned to be in these sections. But I'm sure it won't be long before we get announcements of what could be replacing the NBA experience and store over here. Continuing down, we do have a pretty new store. This is the Eminem Store, which opened in 2021. It's a really cool store, especially for kids. They have a lot of cool things to do in here. And of course, they've got like a bunch of different Eminem merchandise, as you would expect. Disney specific Eminem merchandise, and you can actually come over here to this personalization station and create your own M&Ms. Maybe put your picture on it, put whatever sort of writing you want to put on there. So really cool store. Come check out the Eminem Store. Alright, and then just connected to the Eminem Store is actually Splitsville. Splitsville is going to be the bowling alley here at Disney Springs. This isn't just a regular bowling alley. It's really nice. They have an upstairs and downstairs version. NBA players, when they were staying here for the NBA bubble, oftentimes would come over here to Splitsville. Of course, they got the games on all the time, playing music, really cool atmosphere. And not only that, you actually don't even have to bowl over here. You can actually come and eat over here like a regular restaurant, because Splitsville actually has some of the best food at Disney Springs. There's also an outside bar section where a lot of times there are some people playing some instruments, people playing some music. Opposite side of Splitsville is going to be Hileo by Jose Andres. So this is actually one of the best restaurants according to people who have eaten here. I've never gotten a chance to eat here at Hileo, but actually connected to Hileo There is the quick service version, which is called Pepe by Jose Andres. This actually hasn't reopened since this whole restaurant reopened, but I'm sure it will reopen soon. But if you do get a chance to check out Hileo, everyone who eats here says that it's amazing. I do want to come here very soon. All right, guys, continuing on, we have the AMC Theater. And this actually just isn't the regular AMC Theater. This is an AMC dine-in theater. You have the dine-in option as well as the regular theater experience option. This section close to Splitsville over here to the right, this is Splitsville to the right. This is where you will check in for if you have a regular theater experience, or if you have the dine-in experience, you'll actually check in a little bit farther down. But something that's a little bit hidden down here at the west side, if we come down this way between Splitsville and AMC, they actually have Everglades donuts and cold brew. This is a place where, of course, they sell donuts and coffee, but the donuts that they sell here are really creative. They have like really crazy donut creations, like cereal donuts, all kinds of different crazy ones. So before we continue from the AMC theaters down this way, you'll notice that there is some construction walls over here. This is supposed to be a restaurant in the future. Right now, I think that work did get paused, but maybe, hopefully, we will get word about what is actually going to be coming here, if there still is a restaurant coming here. But until then, there is these construction walls here on this side. But actually on this other side, we do see some other construction walls, but these ones have the Salt and Straw logo. This is going to be an ice cream shop that is going to be opening March of 2022. So right here, this is going to be another dessert option for you here at Disney Springs, Salt and Straw. And then continuing down, we're going to have more merchandise options, a lot of merchandise options. So over here to the right, it's one of the more interesting stores here at Disney Springs. This is called Stokes Family Cigar Company. So of course, that's exactly what it sounds like. If you want to come over here and get a cigar, this is the place to do it. Connected with that, for a lot of soccer fans out there, I know there's a lot of soccer fans that come over here to Disney, to Orlando. This is the Pele Soccer. So any soccer gear that you need, they've even got cleats in here, soccer balls, jerseys. From there, we're gonna have the Sunglass Icon by Sunglass Hut. And then next to that is the Candy Cauldron. This is actually going to be one of the 2 spots to get Disney candies, Disney treats here at Disney Springs. The other one is going to be called the Goofy's Candy over by the Rainforest Cafe in the marketplace. But over here on the west side, this is where you'll do it, the Candy Cauldron. It's themed around villains, which is pretty cool. And then as we make our way down, we're gonna have 2 cool stores, especially for, you know, little kids. Right here we've got the Marvel superhero headquarters, where kids can shop for all of their favorite Marvel superheroes. Whenever there's a new Marvel movie that comes out, there's usually a lot of new merchandise in here for whatever superhero that may be. And next to the Marvel store is actually the Star Wars Galactic Outpost. There's actually 2 Star Wars stores here at Disney Springs. The other one's in the marketplace, as well as the Goofy store. But over here, yeah, you can come over here and get a bunch of different Star Wars merchandise. It's nothing that you're gonna see in Galaxy's Edge, most likely, over at Hollywood Studios, but there is some pretty cool merchandise that you can get, especially a lot of t-shirts. There's some toys. And then finally, we will have the last store down this little strip that we were on. This is called Disney Style. Now this is gonna be your first Disney store, actual Disney store. And in here, there's gonna be cool Disney shirts, cool Disney attire that you really won't find anywhere else at the parks, or actually anywhere else in any store. This is one of the most unique Disney stores that you'll see here at Disney World. They kind of try to make this store like trendy, and then they add like Disney characters to whatever that they have out here. So it's a really cool store. All right, so I just explained about this whole strip where we find all of these merchandise stores. On the opposite side of these stores, we do have a few food trucks that are always parked out here. Sometimes these food trucks do rotate, but oftentimes they are these same ones. There's the mac and cheese food truck, Hot Diggity Dogs that sell hot dogs at this one, and then they do have a Four Rivers Cantina one which sells Mexican style food. And this is also going to be a great spot to relax, sit down at a table, have some lunch. and just take a look at the view. We see the lake over here. This is actually called Lake Buena Vista. This lake right here. On the opposite side is actually the Saratoga Springs Hotel. And then from these food trucks, we're actually gonna have one of 2 Starbucks locations at Disney Springs. This is actually gonna be the biggest one. This is the one I recommend going to. Lines are a little bit shorter here, and there's also indoor seating. The other Starbucks location is also located over in the marketplace. But also over here, a cool thing that you can do, some people might be a little bit scared to do it. I've done it before. It's actually one of the only attractions here at Disney Springs that you can do. It's actually the hot air balloon. It's called the Aerophile. So this is a hot air balloon that's actually attached to a string. There's actually a cage all around the basket down here. But you come up here and go straight up in the sky and get some great views of Disney World as well as Orlando and Kissimmee, and then come straight back down. Actually, if you come here in the morning, I believe 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock or before 10 o'clock, you actually get an early bird special. I believe that's what they do. You might want to double check with the Aerophile people here, but it's 10 o'clock and before, I believe you do get that early bird special. I think it's like $10. And then I said that when you guys wanted to check in for the dine-in experience at the AMC theaters, you don't go down to that side for the regulars. You go down this way past the Disney style store to this side, and this is where you'll go if you do select the dine-in theater option. And that pretty much concludes the west side portion of Disney Springs. It's all down that way. Like I showed you guys, a lot of entertainment. It's the big entertainment district here at Disney Springs. If we go past this way, we're gonna head into the town center, and then if we go this way, that will take us into the landing, which I will show you guys in future videos. All right guys, but if you want to see more future videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you did enjoy it, leave a like down below. This is probably for more beginners, super beginners, or people who've never explored Disney Springs before. But if you are a person who knows about Disney Springs and you did still watch the video to the end, I definitely appreciate you guys. Shout out to all my subscribers and all my producers. Thank you all so much. I will be back with another video exploring the different areas here at Disney Springs and eventually into the parks. But until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.